So one of the books that I'm reading right now is by a famous grammarian, Imam Al Farra from Kufa. And he lived around the time of Imam Abu Hanifa towards the end of his life, but also during the time of Imam Abu Yusuf and Imam Muhammad al-Shaybani. And he was also a relative of Imam Muhammad al-Shaybani. And so I'm currently reading his book, Ma'ani al-Quran. And what's really interesting about this book is that in the Muqaddamah there is a story that the reason or the way in which he wrote this book was actually in one gathering. He asked an imam to recite the Quran, and after every surah, after every ayah, he explained. He did a tafsir of the Quran, and his students wrote it down. He did imla, which is dictation, and his students wrote it down. And in that gathering, they went through the entire Quran, and he compiled that into a book for his friend who had asked him to do this. And that's really interesting because this shows the genius of this Imam. And it is also reported that Imam Al never used to write things down, and that when he passed away, they found like very like few things that were written down inside his home, and they did not really have to do with Islamic knowledge. They had to do with like medicine and stuff, but everything would be in his mind, and so he would remember every single thing, and so he didn't need to write anything down. And so that's just amazing that a person that and an imam who we remember as someone who was a scholar of nahu, of grammar, but he was also a scholar of tafsir, he was a scholar of fiqh as well. And so we'll be currently reading his book. If you want to watch me read this book live, we will be doing that every Friday. I have a live stream on Twitch. If you go to muftiomar.twitch.tv, you can find me there, and we'll be reading the book live so you can see me going through it, struggling with words, searching up for words in the dictionary, and just basically, reacting to what is happening in the book. But otherwise, you can watch the clips that I'll be posting on my YouTube, and you might find snippets on shorts.